Hi, my name is Daryl. Here's your Jeep news for January 24th. So, was out for vacation for about a week or so and can't believe all the stuff that happened with Jeep over the last week with the inauguration of our new president. So, the big thing that happened is, as kind of announced by every news outlet out there, John Elkann had a number of meetings with Donald Trump prior to his inauguration. As part of those meetings, he said Trump's had a lot of enthusiasm for his strong commitment to the U.S. and growing jobs and for the U.S. economy. So to that end, they're going to be building a brand new midsize pickup truck in the shuttered Bellvadere, Illinois assembly plant. And this is planned to be opened in 2027. So there's no mystery that Tim Kuniskis, he's the new Ram CEO, he has been begging for a midsize pickup truck. He wants some sort of an affordable pickup truck for consumers, and they currently don't have a compact pickup truck or a midsize pickup truck. And so he really thinks that's important, and so he's going to get that with the Ram Dakota. In other information and about different manufacturing being done in the U.S., the Dodge Durango, the new generation of it, it was going to be built in Canada. So they've reversed their decision on that, and now it's going to be built at the Detroit Assembly Complex. Now, I don't think they said when that was going to be built, but I think that was also going to be built around 2027 for the new Durango. Stellantis also confirmed new investments in the Toledo assembly plant. So the Toledo assembly plant is where the Jeep Wrangler and the Jeep Gladiator are built. And they say it will result in additional tech as well as more product features for that vehicle. So the big thing that's probably happening with that new tech is there's been plans for a new Gladiator 4xe to be made available in 2025. Now, when that new powertrain for the 4xe Gladiator is produced, it's also going to go into the Wrangler 4xe because it's a similar platform. So I had thought that most of that work probably had been done already. I would assume maybe it has, and maybe they're just kind of using this to talk about things that they're going to be doing, but they've probably already have done it. But real exciting news, though, that they're making the investments in the plant. They're also going to be making investments in the Kokomo, Indiana plant for their new 4-cylinder engine. They feel that this engine will be a very strategic powertrain going forward. So yeah, it makes Trump happy, and glad to see more manufacturing being done in the United States, as well as that's going to support a lot of workers in the United States as well. So in a previous news story, I think actually my last one, I had asked you about the 4xe Gladiator and where is that? And my last story here kind of talked about that a little bit with the technological investments in that that Toledo plant. So I found this news story on Motor Trend, and it was an interview with Bob Broderoff. He's the new head of Jeep North American. And Broderoff, I guess to quell my concerns about the Gladiator, he says that the future of the Gladiator will become brighter, and he is close to launching a structured plan that they've been working on. The Gladiator has so much opportunity, Broderoff says. There's more aggressive programs in the fourth quarter of 2024 that address the price point of the Gladiator. And he says he's very bullish about the product. He says one of the things that about the Gladiator is pricing is key. So I think one of the things that has really hurt the Gladiator is this price point. So, pricing for the Gladiator starts at around $40,000. If you looked at other mid-size pickup trucks out there, although they don't have, kind of the off-road cred of the Jeep Gladiator because it's built like a Wrangler. However, the price point of those other mid-size pickup trucks is a lot lower, probably under $35,000. So the Gladiator is at least $5,000 higher than that. So they really have to address that. He says that within the next 60 days, you're going to see some short-term additional things addressed. So I would assume that means the pricing of the car. And hopefully we're actually going to see a 4xe version announced, which might bring some more interest back into that pickup truck. And he also says that the future of that truck is very bright as they go forward. And so glad that there's some information about the Gladiator out there, and hopefully we'll be getting some information from Jeep officially about the new 4xe version coming up. This is kind of like my Bob Broderoff news edition here. So he was talking also about how energy is high within Jeep after Tavares's resignation. So this is a little bit of old news, but I think it does just point to the entire brand and how energy is higher. And it's really because of some trust within the folks that are taking charge of those brands. He says the energy is high right now, to explain Broderoff, that leadership that John Elkann and Antonio Filosa have shown all of us, and the trust and opportunity that we need to make changes is incredible. The words that they used in explaining how much they trust them as: we trust you, we understand you know how to do this, you understand your audience, we're going to give you the freedom to do that, and they quickly allowed us to do that. So it's great that they're letting the leadership here in North America take charge of those brands and make changes as necessary because of consumer demand. And you can see, all the changes that they're starting to make in regards to electrification. They were kind of following Carlos Tavares's lead initially, that taking them down the road of electrification, and now they're pulling back on that very quickly. And so that's really exciting news. Now, one more piece of news for Mr. Broderoff, and this was an article from Motor One. They they did say that pricing has gone too far, especially like with products like the Wagoneer. However, he says one of the moves that they did previously was calling it taking content hostage. Now, a lot of brands have done this. Like, I love blind spot monitoring, so I think that is so important, as well as, not that you can get this on a Wrangler, but seat memory. I love, how you can have different seat positions with different buttons, and so your wife can sit there and just hit a button and change the seat back to her setting. And usually that's only at the very top trims that you can do this. And Jeep has been a little bit better than other brands, but he says they've kind of went down the wrong path here. He says that, taking content hostage, he said, there are some things that they've locked away in previous strategies that made the really cool stuff that you're looking for too hard to get, and that needs to be unlocked. And he's saying that you'll see that very shortly being unlocked. And so I did a news article about the Jeep Wrangler Willys 41 Special Edition, and how I really thought it was a waste for them to put that special edition only available on the 4xe version of the Wrangler. And so hopefully, they're going to rethink some of those strategies and make some of that cool stuff available in some of the lower trims, or something that you can just order kind of a la carte, as opposed to having to get it with a specific trim. So really good news there. So this is Daryl with your Jeep News, and I hope to see you in the next one again very soon.